Hi, my name is Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to talk about Veganuary and Dry January. Yeah, two of my favourite things. But for me, I practice Veganuary and Dry January all year around. But if you've decided to take part in either of these things, then I wanted to make this video to encourage you and to promote sober living and vegan living, because for me both lifestyle changes have been absolutely life-changing, completely amazing, and there's no looking back for me. So Veganuary is it's, let's say, a lot of people sign up for it online, and you can create it's a kind of community that decide to go vegan for the month of January. And at the end, and of course you can, if you want to, you can eat meat again or whatever you like, animal-wise, in February. But some people actually tend to stay vegan. But the great thing about doing Veganuary is that you have a community and you can always encourage each other. And yeah, there's lots of resources now online. Because for me, I think going vegan, one of the most important things for me was definitely the community aspect. Because sometimes when I travel and I use my Happy Cow app, which is essential if you're vegan, it tells you where the nearest vegan restaurants are or restaurants with vegan options. I've noticed that lots of places are not as vegan friendly as Barcelona, and I just think, wow, if you're vegan in a place like that, then it takes real courage. It takes a lot of determination and conviction to do that. But for me, actually, even though the social life is the hardest part of it, for me it was been the best part of it, because I am an organiser of Barcelona Vegan Community on meetup.com. So that has really helped me to become more vegan. And I was actually 95% vegan when I joined this group. But I realised that in our group conversations, I was vegetarian, so I was already more than halfway there in my mind. So I really connected with these people, and I just found that every time we met, there was a deeper and deeper connection. And I realised that even though we were mentally very similar, I did have a couple of non-vegan practices. But the moment I went vegan 100%, which was in June 2018, I felt that my whole life kind of fell into place. A lot of things I'd been focusing on manifesting before that suddenly manifested. So for me, I associate veganism with abundance, because I love food, and abundance in other areas of my life, and a conscious social life, because I'm working in a sustainable businesses co-working space which has an indoor edible forest and vegan kitchen, which is actually, a lot of the produce is actually grown there, so it's 0 kilometers, tastes amazing, all organic. So yes, I have Monday to Friday in this incredible co-working space. And even though a lot of people are not vegan there, it's definitely a vegan vibe, big time. And then at the weekend, I've got my vegan meetups and events. So in fact, for me, it's actually been one of the best things for my social life, because I realised that a lot of socialising in general just revolves around alcohol, which is another terrible thing in my opinion. And I too used to drink, I used to love it. But sometimes I didn't really know how to stop sometimes. I've made other videos about this. But for me, I found that when I became more and more vegan, that my alcohol tolerance went right down, and I had a million reasons to give up alcohol. And when I finally did, that was another thing that when I made that decision, it just a lot of things in my life kind of fell into place. So when I saw that reaction, then it just made it easier to stay sober, because obviously the hardest thing about staying sober is the socializing. So if you're not in an environment where you are socializing in bars and clubs and things around people who are drinking, then it's a lot easier actually. And I find that I'm able to have deep conversations without having to be drunk. And it's very interesting. I was actually invited to a New Year party with people who eat meat and drink and stuff. And even though they're good friends, I just thought, oh, I don't think I can do that after my super spiritual yoga retreat that I've just been on for Christmas, which involved silence, meditation, yoga, and lots of organic vegan food. To be in an atmosphere of rowdy, drunk people just seemed like, oh, absolutely absolutely not a good idea at all. So what I ended up doing was actually going to bed at 10 p.m. and I missed out on everything. So just, yeah, no New Year celebration for me, but that's okay. So I think that because people indulge so much at Christmas time, it can be very attractive to do dry January and veganuary to kind of detox after all the excess at Christmas. So dry January, I think that's a good idea to give your liver a break from alcohol. And also, as people are doing it at the same time, I think that's a great way to actually encourage each other and support each other. You can find people doing it online with the hashtag Dry January, and it's a good thing a good personal practice to see how in control you are of your alcohol consumption, or if you can go out and enjoy the same things without being drunk. For example, I think for me, what has made it easier is that I have adapted my social life to actually be compatible with being sober and being vegan. So that's very easy for me. I'm not really in the same circumstances, but trying to be sober and vegan, that would be very difficult. And I really admire people who are able to do that. For example, to go to clubs and then be asking for sparkling water with instead of gin and tonic, you know, that type of thing. So I think it really does take guts to do that. So I really admire anyone who's doing that. But I think once you give up things that don't serve you, and alcohol doesn't serve any purpose whatsoever, then once you start to see the benefits, then it's a lot easier to actually maintain a sober lifestyle. For me, for example, the first month I gave up alcohol, I just lost 3 kilos immediately. The eczema I used to have on my hands just went, and I just liked being in situations and saying that I didn't drink. And I was like, yes, because I remember before I gave up, I was in certain situations, and when I heard someone say they didn't drink, I was like, oh, I wish I could do that, but I didn't. It wasn't the right time for me because I was still dying for the glass of red wine or white wine. Because I used to drink white wine in the summer, red wine in the winter. Yeah, but now the smell of alcohol for me is so off-putting. I can't even describe it. And then the slurred speech, and then the repeating. And sometimes I've been in situations where everyone's dancing to YMCA, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I'll ever dance to that again. Terrible. So if you are trying to do Veganuary or Dry January, I would encourage you to perhaps look for different groups in your local area or online to actually create something social out of it. And if you like meetup.com or something like similar to that, I would definitely recommend it to actually create your own dining group or Dry January group and or just create something that you can have a kind of alcohol-free socializing options, because I think a lot of people do crave that. I mean, a lot of people don't want to be drinking all the time in their social lives. Yeah, so I think it's important for me anyway. I just think it's sad that most people socialize in a very self-destructive way, whereas now my whole social life is actually about self-nourishment and self-love, and I think that's a great thing to do. So if you're doing Veganuary or Dry January, I hope you find this inspiring, and good luck. And if you have any suggestions for more videos about orgasm, sex toys, orgasmic living, then please don't hesitate to contact me at venusohara.org, or you can add me on Instagram at venusohara. Thanks for watching.